Welcome back to the Darkest Dungeon. We're currently on week number 37. Let's see if we can recruit anybody before we embark. I'm thinking of heading to the Cove this week. We could grab the Thrall here. I already have Ringmasters, Vestals, and Librarians. Hagiomania, so he's obsessed with sainthood. Wheeled Explorer is not a bad idea. You know what? We're gonna hire the Thrall. So there's this new town event called Lost and Found. I'm not sure what it really entails. Hopefully we're gonna find out. And by hopefully I mean hopefully we're gonna be successful in this mission, because otherwise, of course, the event is not going to trigger. The party is looking... Honestly, it's great. Let me just see if we can use any decent trinkets. When the scouting chance and the extra damage with the gloves. I mean, yes, they reduce the crit, but the damage is a lot more consistent. Some extra healing here for our medic. Blight skill chance. Honestly, that is... yeah, that's just fine. I remember having another trinket here. Blight resistance, blight skill chance. Yeah, the poisoned herbs, I think, are a better pick here. And we're essentially done. Maybe the stunning trinket? Do I even have these skills? I do. You know what? We're gonna need the disorienting blast. Blight is very powerful in the Cove, bleed not so much. So we're gonna skip incision. Okay, so this way we can essentially guarantee a stun when we need it the most. Okay, we're gonna grab the food. You never know how much you're gonna need. I think 3 shovels is just fine. And I definitely want, hold on, 4 medicinal herbs, 2 keys. Probably not that many torches. We do have a decent scouting chance. And I think we're ready to embark. We have the trinkets and we have a pretty solid lineup. Hopefully this is going to be an easy mission.
Recover these lost shipments of rarities, that we may prevent them from falling into even less scrupulous hands.
There was a town event offering protection, so who can disarm this? 70%. Oh, and we can just use the shovel. But you know what? I don't think there's a lot of treasure. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind.
Beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
These are the quest items. There was a strange new curio, but it was not. So who are we going to target? Probably the shaman. A lot of stressing. Maybe the acolyte.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Resisted. We can stun them. I was expecting her to shuffle forward. Now that is more like it. I think we can just target the grouper in the back.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Eradicated.
That was a solid hit. Okay, do we need more healing? Could use more torchlight. We're not bleeding anymore. Honestly, I'm ready for a really powerful hit. Are we gonna be fast enough?
Death by
No.
inches.
Works either way, though. I think we can use a shovel here, too. But we're just gonna ignore the giant oyster. That is a bas relief. Not sure how we're supposed to interact with this one. A torch, maybe? No. Not herbs. Definitely not a key. Bandages. No, I don't think so. Can use a shovel, maybe? So what exactly did that do?
Fear and frailty finally claim their due.
Just stress the hero out? That was such a bizarre interaction, right? Either blighted as well.
Decimated.
I forgot, this attack is going to cause a bit of stress. Yep, looking good. And the Thrall is just going to die from the blight.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Something is hitting here. Okay, let's use a skeleton key. Not one, not two, but three puzzling gems. So this is an empty room. And just a trap in this hallway. Need a bit of food. Of course, the milkmaid doesn't need any. Starting to wonder where I'm going to
Now,
fit all these
darkness
three
holds dominion.
large
Black as
artifacts,
death.
relics. Let's check the room to the north, and then we can backtrack.
Mechanical hazards possessed by evil intent.
I don't really think that was a mechanical hazard. Oh, we cannot even loot... Wait a minute. I would like the portrait, but at the same time it's almost pointless. I'm gonna skip everything and just push on. So this was just a dead end, an empty room. What about this area?
Finding the stuff is only the first test.
Now it must be carried home.
I mean, the busts are somewhat important. Sea maggots. I think we're gonna be just fine here. There's a critical strike.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Finish it off.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Okay, that is a bloodied fetish. It's honestly not that great of a trinket.
The darkness holds much worse than mere trickery and boogeymen.
So we have a battle and we have a room battle. Kind of curious about this one. Group of brigands. I don't think they're gonna give us too much trouble. That being said, I'm not gonna waste any time here. And let's finish it off.
Annihilated.
Alright, that's perfect.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
We're being pushed back.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Can clear all these corpses. Or maybe not. Maybe the hero is going to pass their turn. Gonna need him forward for this.
Obliterated. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
She could have dealt 29 damage to the thrall area. Could have saved us a bit of stress. You know, for an afflicted hero, this Plague Doctor... she's doing perfectly fine. Can stun these two. I really want to deal with the Bloodletter here. I think we're gonna focus on them. Him being in the second position is just fine. Can we actually finish it off? I think the Cutthroat is up next. Everybody dodged. And that
A
was it.
slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
He dodged it. Maybe we need a bit of accuracy.
Slowly. Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Managed to crit with that one. Okay, do I need to heal? I mean, sort of.
This expedition at least promises success.
We're doing perfectly fine, honestly. For all the stress we've taken, could have been a lot worse. And we're gonna camp here.
Huddled together. Furtive and vulnerable. Rats in a maze.
Not afflicted, so it doesn't really matter. Some extra scouting. Okay, yes, I really want that one. No one is diseased. And how about some extra speed? Yep, some extra health too. Bounty Hunter is ready to spill more blood.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay, I don't think we need the extra food though. Now we have plenty of room. Yeah, I'm really not going to interact with this bas relief. I can see another idol. But never mind about the curio right now. Just 11 points of damage. Okay, maybe... hold on. The stun is definitely going to help.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
And this is why we need the Brawler's Gloves. Should I heal? Could use a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
What's our scouting chance? I think it's about 70%. Okay, let's interact with this fish idol. Engulfed by an evil force. Can I remove this? Yeah. Always bring these medicinal herbs in the cove. Mostly for the traps, but hey, found another use for them.
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
I mean, that's... we're gonna eat the food and that's about it. A quest location. So we're essentially done here. A few more battles. Am I going to need these shovels? let's see these two curios. Bit of gold here. And just a crate. Full of heirlooms. That's what I like to see. Room battle with treasure. Oh, I think it's time to head back. I mean, stress is fine for everything we've been through. Let's not push our luck here. Okay, a really good amount of money. And we're doing fine on heirlooms as well. Could definitely use more portraits. Not easy to come by though. The busts are, I think, a bit more common. And this is the longevity eye patch. 50% max HP. If you want to guard your group, that can be pretty good. -2 speed is not that important on the man-at-arms. He's already quite slow. Okay, back at the hamlet. Now we have to commit her, definitely. The fear of yokai... Not sure how I feel about it.
A finely crafted instrument of butchery and bloodshed. Yours for the taking.
Right, we get a free upgrade. Oh, but we don't have the weaponsmithing for this. Can upgrade right now, honestly. Sure, why not? Let's grab ourselves a fine axe. Extra damage, extra crit, and speed base. The caretaker is here. Stress of 38. We're gonna be just fine, honestly. Maybe we should bring a jester next time. De-stress the entire group. The rallying flare is not enough. Well, it's not really meant to be a main source of stress relief anyway. Which was the one with the yips? Okay, we're gonna cure her. Definitely gonna cure her. And then we took care of Reynolds' lazy eye. Unquiet mind. Who was the other one I wanted to cure? Yeah, the fading seraph. Hates the eldritch. Can I purchase anything interesting? The sacrificial cauldron. I mean, the cap is not bad, but I think we have better trinkets at this point. Early on, this is a solid +5 accuracy trinket. Somewhat basic, but that's what you need early on. And the roster is honestly doing fine. So Lost and Found essentially saves you a bit of gold, not much else. Maybe we should head back to the cove next week. There is no event though. The fire vent. Okay. The inchoate flesh, somewhere in the Warrens. If we can get a party for it, I think this is our next target. Thank you for watching though, and hopefully I'll see you in the next part.